Okay, so the chapter 5, we want to discuss about identifying variable that at the moment we can say in the presentation of Mr. Mesa and Mr. Vachina also talk something about variables as well, right? So in this part, okay, we can say you will learn about types of variable that might be more important in your research design as well. Yeah, whether your research design will be the experimental research design, non-experimental research design, or even courses experimental research design in here. So yeah, those things is really useful, and yeah, it easy for you to decide to design in your study as well, right? So yeah, just go and you will learn about variable here. So we can say like here are the things that you want to study, like what the first one about what is variable. The second one is about a difference between concepts and variable. Yeah, what are concept, what are variable, and how to turn concept into variable and type of variables, as well as type of measurement scale, okay, that you can use it to measure the variable there. All right. So okay, we can see like whenever we talk about variable, okay, mostly it's included in the quantitative research problem or a quantitative research study that which have variable, which have construct and measurement. Okay, whenever you just have variable, you just have some construct and the way that you just measure. Okay, that part. Yeah. Okay, so variable can determine about the measurement or method that you want to use it to measure the variable here, right? Okay, this is just some part. And okay, to answer to the question what is variable, you can see it here. All right. So what is variable? So we can say like a variable is an image or perception or concept that is measurable, right? Can be measured. Variable takes on different value, often expressed as number, right? Remember the part about it just expressed as number there, right? Yeah, just as number. It can be, for example, like gender, male or female, age, it can be years, it can be months, and the use of measurement scale to vary the degree of precision in measurement. Yeah, it just depends on which type of variable that you are using, and the measurement will be vary. It can be changed based on that part as well. Okay, like I said earlier, okay, variable can identify which tool or which measurement that you are going to use here. All right. Okay, you will see it in detail furthermore. Okay, what you better remember here, we can say, okay, variable is an image or perception or concept that is measurable. Yeah, can be measured, right? Okay, something there. And normally it is in number. So when we talk number, so variable normally use it in the quantitative data in here, right? Okay. So here you can see like this part, we can say, so when we talk about variable, it can be about gender, about different type of people, like young kids, okay, or adult, okay, teenager, and so on. Yeah, what the difference between Sometimes we can say like whenever we talk about perception or conception of male and female, they may come up with something different as well. That's one that we call like variable in here. So the same thing when, for example, like about cigarette. When we ask about men, they may say, "Oh, cigarette is good." But when we ask about a kid, a boy kid, they may say cigarette is nothing. Cigarette is not good. Okay, it smells bad and so on. But men may answer it smells good or whatever. In here. So this is about different different people. They may come up with different conception or perception in here, right? About one thing. And so this is the thing that we can say about variable, reserve variable here, right? So here you can see like the comparison between concepts or constructs and variable here, all right? Yeah. So we can say what? When we're talking about concept or construct here, cannot be measured. For example, like satisfaction has different meaning to different people. Yeah. So this one like construct or concept in here. So it cannot be measurable. Variables can be measured. Example like person weight. Yeah, like in kilo in here. Yeah, we can weight by scaling. Yeah, 80, 70, 50 kilogram and so on. All right. So those things that can be measurable. Yeah. Convert conception into variable. Okay. So yeah, we can say like since concept cannot be measurable, to include it into the study, you need to convert it into variable here. So using a set of indicators in order to subjectively measure, for example, like effectiveness and attitude. Yeah. So this part we need to convert concept into variable by using a set of indicator to measure. Okay, this part we are going to discuss in the next slide as well. You will see some example there that might help you to distinguish between concept and variable in the next slide. Right? Any question before we move? Yes. Any question? No, quiet, right? Yeah, okay. Can stop me whenever you just want to clarify. So here you can see at this part about concept. It might be about effectiveness, satisfaction, impact, excellent, high achiever, self-esteem, rich and poor, for example, right? Domestic violence, extent and pattern of alcohol consumption, right, etc. About variable, it can be about gender, male or female, attitude, attitude toward one specific thing, right? Age, it can be year, it can be months, incomes, okay, how many amount of money. Yeah, it can be dollar, it can be real per years, weight, kilogram, hex in centimeter, okay, religion, Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, and Muslim, etc. Just sometimes we can say like a different religion, they may come up with different perspective, different idea regarding to particular concept as well. All right. So okay, when we talk about this part, we can say subjective impression, cannot be. It might be various there. When we talk about effectiveness, it might be various for different people, different variable here, right? no uniformity as to its understanding. Yeah, cannot not something that really unique for that. Okay, among different people here. As such, cannot be measured. Yeah, cannot be measured here. So you can see about variable. What's that? Measurable. Those the degree of precision vary from scale to scale and from variable to variable. For example, like attitude, yeah, subjective, income, okay, okay, like the adjective something. Okay, so this part that we can say. So in short, we can say concept cannot be measured. Variable can be measured here, right? It just depends on some degree, or it can be various, but it still can be measured for that part. You can see from this part. So here about converting concept into variable, yeah, from previous slide that we have discussed it as well. Like how can a concept be measured? What indicator can be identified, convert into measurement? Like concept like reach and pull, reach or pull, right? Yeah, so this is the concept about reach or pull, but we cannot. It's just the concept, but we cannot judge is it accurate or not here. So they just come up with indicator like income and value or asset. Income like what they earn per month or annually. Value or asset refer to their property that they have, like even car, house, okay, furniture, whatever, okay, that we can say like their asset there. How about variables? Variable can be like total income per year, yeah, or total value of home, cars, investment, etc. So this is their variable. Okay, so working definition for rich, if the first one, their income is much more than 200,000. Yeah, to consider to be rich if a total value of asset if is more than 2 million US dollar, for example. So these are the one we can say the variable that we can see, yeah, that person is rich or poor in here. All right, so this part we can say about this we cannot judge, but whenever we come up with such a variable, yeah, based on the value, based on the income that they got it per year and the value of their assets, like even home, car, just more than this one, we can consider that guy is a rich person here. All right. Yeah. So, okay, you need to, in order to convert a concept into variable, you also need to have indicators. Okay, something here, right? You will see the next slide with the table of example. You will see and understand more, right? It's a bit small, but I hope you can read it from this. Yeah. Here about concept, right? We have concept. Yeah, concept rich or poor woman, like income, value of all assets. They change it to variables, total income per year, total value of home, car, both investment, etc. So decision level, wording definition, for example. So consider rich if income is more than 200,000. PA come from what? Per annual, right? Per year. Yeah. Okay, if total value of asset is more than 2 million, yeah, that's one considered as a region here. High academic achievement, for example. Okay, this one focus on performance in examination, performance in practical work field placement, performance in tutorial presentation, and overall performance, etc. Yeah, this is the indicator. So variable what mark in examination, marks in practical works field practice, field placement, mark in tutorial presentation, and overall marks in here. Consider high achiever if their mark is higher than 85%. If their mark, we can say like their mark in examination is higher than 85. So we can say like total mark, all the marks with this variable are higher than 80%. Consider that person or the student come up with high academic achievement in here. Okay, so this is the thing that we can scale it here. Effectiveness of a health program, for example. So it can be change in the utilization pattern of service, change in the more. Okay, I also cannot read this one again. Mobility pattern of the community, the change in the illness episode in a specific period, change the child mortality rates, change in the nutritional that children with illness episode, etc. Yeah. So something this part, okay, I'm not going to read all, but you can see more. This is a good example, I can say. Okay, so here I can stop and check here. Any question? Based on what you see, what you can read from this example. Any question to clarify before we move?
No, teacher.
Yeah, quiet means no, right? Okay, so let's just move to this part. You can see type of variable here. Okay, which has three different types, three different main types, which have casual model, study design, and unit of measurement in the part. So yeah, about the category in here, or we can say classification based in here. So we have independent variables, we have intervening variable, we have extraneous variable, and dependent variables, this part. In study design, you may see other one about active variable and attribute variable here. Yeah, like attribution, we can say like a different gender, they may come up with different attribution, for example, right? You can see about unit of measurement. It can be quantitative variable and qualitative variable here. Yeah, based on that part. And also we can see like a continuous variable and categorical or discrete variable. And when we talk about categorical or discrete variable here, you will see three more from this one, just a constant. It can be dichotomy or polytering. sorry, polytomy variable here, we can say like something. But normally we are not going to use all of things at the time in here. We can say you will be specify or just something that talk about. Okay, mostly we just focus on this part. Yeah, it can be about independent variable, intervening variable, and extraneous variable or dependent variable. Okay, or mostly you just see only this one. Independent and dependent variable that we study there. Okay, so this is something. So you can see something in detail from this part. Okay, so you can see from this, like independent variable, just bring change in a situation. Yeah, the one which will bring change, like what we discussed earlier. Medicine will change the condition of the situation of the illness in here, right? Dependent variable is just outcome or change brought by the independent variable. Yeah, you got clearly, right? We have extraneous variable. Several factors affecting the changes in the dependent variable. Yeah, we can say several factors. Yeah, beside independent variable, it just have something that include with that part in the dependent variable part there. Okay, talking about intervening variable. It confounding variable links independent and dependent variables. Yeah, just something like intervention. Yeah, in the middle of the part. So while independent variable may affect on the dependent variable, it just have something in the middle that intervene in that part. Clean with that part. Okay, so come up to this part. Any question?
Teacher,
Yes.
I feel not clear about independent variable and dependent, teacher.
Okay, independent variable and dependent variable, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Yeah. So here we can say like bringing change in a situation. Yeah, the one which will bring the change. For example, like medicine. Okay, when you got a fever, you drink like paracetamol, for example, one piece of paracetamol, for example, right? And then what happened? Yeah, the temperature in your body, it might be changed or it might be adjust from 37 or something to be normal and so on, for example. Okay, or your temperature might be up to 40. Yeah. So when you take a tablet of paracetamol, and then it will reduce your temperature. So we can say medicine or paracetamol here is just like independent variable. A dependent variable like what? Like fever or your illness in here. It's just the outcome or change brought by independent variable. Your fever can be recover or can be decreased from 40 to 35, for example. It's just because of paracetamol that you took in here, for example. You got what I mean, Vijay?
Yeah, I am clear now, teacher. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, or other example you can see like about COVID-19. COVID-19 and vaccine or vaccination, right? So COVID-19 is IV or DV here? IV means independent variable and DV dependent variable. So which one?
Dependent variable, teacher.
Yeah, dependent variable. Yeah. Vaccination or vaccine is just independent, right? Independent variable, right? So vaccine will change or stop COVID-19, stop COVID-19. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. And normally we talk about these two in your study. This is just some case that you just add up more. Yeah, mostly just most of the time we just see only dependent or independent variable. Can I move?
Yeah, please, teacher.
Yeah, okay. Let's just move a bit quicker. So you can see the example. For example, like smoking. Yeah, identify as independent variable, and cancers. It's a dependent variable. So cancer can kill people fast, or it can be worse or better. It just depends on the number of cigarettes that the person just smoke, for example. Extraneous variable, what? Okay, it can be like the age of smoker. Yeah, it can be depend on the age of smoker. It can be depend on the extent of smoking. Yeah, as from time to time, for 10 years, 12 years, for example. Okay, the more the person smoke, the opportunity for cancer it just might be high, or even the condition of cancer might be worsen here, we can say, right? The duration of smoking, yeah, it can be, yeah, the period that they are smoking in here, and the extent of exercise, yeah. Okay, if they they continue to do exercise, the cancer might be changed as well, might be reduce its power, okay, to cause to the serious situation in here. So this part we can say like many things that affect on the dependent variable here, we can say. So something that they just okay, we can say like to cause cancer, it just has many more factors that affect or harmful on the dependent variable in here, right? You can see example number 2. Counseling service consider a independent variable. Marriage problem, it can be the dependent variable. So in this part, okay, you can see like some factor that does affect on that part as well, like an improvement in the couple economic situation. Yeah, somehow we can say what? Marriage problem, because they are poor, also face some problem. If they are become rich, yeah, it might be problem. The birth of a child, yes, might be some challenges for their marriage. Yeah, pressure from friends and relatives. Yeah, whenever they just go and live with their parents, yeah, it's go to the husband parents or some part they may challenge for the wife. Self-realization, it might be something. Yeah, whenever you start learning, oh, I may not suitable with my wife or may not be something here. Yeah, also some problem in here. Another person in a relationship, like third party, come in and then they may challenge some part, right? The extent of communication between the couple, yeah, also something. Get the couple motivation to improve the situation, yeah, something also. So all these things we call it like extraneous variable, like some extra causes, okay, cover that part between a cause and effect of this thing, right? Yeah. So when we talk about independent variable, like cause and effect. So yeah, the effect to affect in that part, it just have some factors in here. You can see example number 3. We have independent variable. We have intervening variable, like intervention variable here, right? And dependent variable. For example, like convenient office hour for student. Student become willing to take this. Yeah. Yeah. So something that intervene with that part. Student seek help from faculty, right? Dependent variable. Yeah. Whenever the office hour just convenient for the student, yeah, they may come and ask for help from that part, and student become willing to take risk. So what's that? Yeah, sometimes we can say because of that part they may try to go and ask for help and go and or try to challenge somehow to find out something more than that one. You can see example number 3 about mortality and fertility. Yeah, mortality was that? It just come from what? So okay, we can say like some part here about the extent of using contraceptive, right? Like yeah, it can be mortality or can be cause like a fertility. Yeah, mortality like something that causes people die. Fertility like something made better, right? So you can see here like so in this case, just like intervening variable that cause it might be cause something worse or cause something better in here. So this part you can see like the attitude toward contraceptive used among the population, level of education of the population, social economic status of the population, okay, provision and quality of health service, motivation of the individual, age of individual, and religion. So those things does affect on that part, the way that you use contraceptive here, like yeah, it can be caused to death or to be glory, for example, like fertility to be better, right? So this just depend on this part. We can say depend on their attitude, depend on their level of education, that they may know about the cause and effect of the contraceptive here, that they can be avoided in case that they find out it is not good or whatever the amount of the number that they are using, it might be affect on this part mortality. It can cause to that in here. Okay, so this part. Any question before we move? So you can see here about variable from a viewpoint of study design. Yeah, so we have different variable. We can say, so from a study design, which have active variable, we can say like a variable that can be manipulated, changed, or controlled in an experiment, right? Yeah, this one we call like active variable. And attribute variable that cannot be manipulated and that reflect the characteristic of the study population. Yeah, cannot be changed. We can say, yeah, this one can be changed. Yeah, like dependent variable and independent variable here. Yeah. So attribute variable here we can say like what? Yeah, like age, like gender, you cannot change, right? But this part it can be about their perception, about their idea. It might be changed, yeah, based on their gender, based on their age in here, right? Yeah, you can see from this one. We can say like about study intervention and study population. So a different teaching method is based on their age, it's based on their gender, okay, as well as level of their motivation, attitude, and revision, and so on. Yeah. Experiment, intervention, yeah, program, service, etc. Yeah, something here. And about this part, you can see like a researcher can manipulate and control or measure. Attribute a variable, a researcher cannot manipulate or control or measure in here. Yeah, you cannot make change the age in here. They are fine, it's still fine, right? Gender and so on. But this one, we can say it can be changed based on this part. All right. So this one that we call like active variable. This one we call like attribute variable here, right? Okay, we can move to other one. We can say like a variable from the viewpoint of unit measurement. Yeah, like something that we use it to measure. Like we can say like a categorical variable, like nominal and ordinal scale. Yeah, constraint variable, one category over U, etc. Taxi, for example. Yeah. Yeah, constraint just only one category or one value there. Dichotomous variable, like two category, for example, like yes and no. Yeah, we can say this one just only one answer, this one just two answers. It can be yes, it can be no, it can be true, or can be false here. Polytomous variable, just more than two category, example like religions. When we talk about religion, they are, for example, like Christian, Muslim, and Hindu, etc. Such a more than two categories. So when they are more than this one, we call it like a polytomous variable. Yeah. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, or can be more than two, right? Start from 3, we can consider as one. Or we call it like a continuous data interval and ratio scale. Yeah. Yeah, and other part about qualitative variable, like categorical variable as well, such as gender, male and female, or quantitative interval and ratio scale. Yeah, we can say something like that one. Okay, we can see. I will move. You will see something in the table here. Yeah. Okay. When we say about constant, water, tree, taxi, for example, just only one, right? When we talk about dichotomous, it can be option yes, no, good, bad, rich, poor, day, night, male, female, hot, cold, and so on. Here. When we talk about polytomous, it's just how some attitude toward, for example, like a scale here, strongly agree, uncertain, disagree, strongly disagree in here. Have you ever seen such a scale here? Yeah, we will let you choose or scale it here. Yeah, political party, it can be labor, liberal, conservative, right? Age old, child, young, and so on. And income high, middle, and low. The continuous, it can be about income, about age, about weight. Yeah, it just continues. It just add up in here. Income, it can be increasing for year. Age also add up, right? Weight also can be add up or reduced based on the personality in here. Qualitative, gender like male, female, educational level, high, average, low, age, old, young, and child. Income, yeah, it can be high, middle, low, similar to polytomous as well. Yeah, temperature, hot and cold. Quantitative, it can be about level, educational level, yes, number of year completion, yes, so when, age, years, man, income, about per year, temperature, and so on here. So this one about quantitative category that you just get in here. So yeah, this one is just about what? It's just about what I bought from the point of view unit measurement here. So you can see the detail from the category, right? Yeah, so you can see it. Okay, so just attention to this one as well. We can say type of variable. We can say the way a variable is measured determines the type of analysis that can be performed. The way, we can say like the way a variable is measured determine the type of analysis that can be performed. Statistical procedure that can be applied to the data. The way data can be interpreted and finding that can be communicated. Yeah, it really important for data, right? Yeah, you can see here. So the variable can show you about what? About which tool that you can use it to analyze. Okay, that can show about the performance and the statistic procedure that can be applied to the data. Yeah, whether you use any scale, any like constant, dichotomous, okay, or polytomous, and so on here. So those parts that can show the way the data can be interpreted and finding that can be communicated based on the variable that you are choosing in here, or the variable that measure in here, we can see, right? You can see this part about, we can say like type of measurement scale. Yeah, when we talk about nominal or classification, classificatory scale. Example like religion, yeah, start from more than 2, yeah. Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Jewish, etc. Ordinal or ranking scale, category in order. Yeah, it can be like social economy status, upper, middle, and low. Yeah, interval has equal unit of measurement with an arbitrary starting point. Yeah, it can be like a temperature in Fahrenheit. Yeah, like the number of that part. So we check at it like arbitrary, like in the middle, right? Starting point, yeah. Yeah, and then it will be up or down or lower, just depend on the situation or condition there, right? And ratio scale, we can say like equal unit hour measurement with fixed starting point at 0, H in centimeters. Yeah, it start from 0 to how tall the person is. Yeah, if 160 centimeter and so on, right? So those things that we call like a ratio scale. Some part. You can see from this one, this table, you can see more. So yeah, when we talk about tile measurement scale, you will see, for example, like nominal or classificatory, like tree, house, taxi, and so on. Okay, can be listed down here. It can be like income, like ordinal or ranking. Yeah, about average, and below. It can be like interval about temperature. It start from 0 in here. Yeah, it can be any number or minus 12 Celsius. Okay, in here, Celsius degree in here. About H ratio, it can be starting from 0. It can be how many or inch, right? Centimeter or inch. Yeah. Okay, so all of these things are showing about the measurement of the data that can be used in here, right? Okay, so this thing is just like the kind of data. We can see like if you know this thing, when you enter or entry the data into the SPI, really easy for you there. They will ask you whether it's your nominal, ordinal, or interval or ratio data. So based on this category, whenever you just have, for example, like a gender, it's a nominal. Yeah, or even attitude, yeah, like negative, neutral, and positive, etc. It will belong to nominal. So this thing really important for you to understand about it whenever you just entry your data for SPI or even like in Excel data interpretation here, right? Data entry, we can say, right? So, okay, this part that something important for that thing. You will see and understand about each category in here. Really easier for you to entry the data in that part. So in short one, we can say like you will learn about causal model. We can say like the way that you're going to meet very often. You will see they keep talking about independent variable and dependent variable. In the middle part, it's just something that just some research it may not appear, except the case that they just want to show you some intervention variable or extraneous variable. Whenever they just find out there are a lot of factors that affect on dependent variable or other factor, including with dependent variable, including with that factor really affect on dependent variable in here. Yeah, mostly we just see this part about study design that here I'm going to see about active variable and attribute variable in here. Yeah, as what we have seen so far, active variable, we can say it can be changed. It can be something or modified based on the attribute variable here. Can be age, gender, yeah, something there. So it might be changed, but this one cannot be measured, cannot be scaled by the researcher. Yes, in whenever it's based on the category of population that you select there. If you select a student at high school, their age is somewhere based on their grade they are doing there. Yes, and the other part about unit of measurement, you will see about quantitative variable or qualitative variable, which is based on that part, and continuous variable that all the other categorical or discrete variable that you will see constant, dichotomies and plotomies in here based on the scalar use, like only one option, two option, or more than two option in here that will be in that task there, we can say, right? Okay, so that's it for this. And if you have question or some part that is not sure, not clear, we can discuss furthermore here, right? Yeah. Any question? Any part you want to clarify?
Teacher, excuse me, could you please say the slide, the last slide again, please, teacher?
Okay.
Teacher, I have one question about the causal model, teacher. What does it mean, the word extraneous variable, teacher? I cannot hear your voice. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, yeah. Extraneous variable, we can say like something that added to, we can say like some factor that add up to the process that the effect of independent variable on the dependent variable. Like some example that you can see, we can say about the consultation service to the problem of couple marriage there, we can see. So it affect on that part, it should depend on what extraneous variable. It can be like the family outcome or the couple incomes. It can be about the thing that they keep working and communicating with each other. It may also affect on their marriage there, we can say. Okay, or it can be like their income. If they are very low, very poor, it also affect on their marriage. Okay, or if they are so rich, it can be as well. We can say like as a, it's really about the men. Whenever they got richer and richer, they may find out the other girl to be the second wife or the step wife in here. Okay, or it can be something that they just start too busy with their job or their work or their business, and then they start to ignore about their married relation. It can be something. Okay, so this one that we call like external. It just come to that part, but it just have some other factor that affect on the dependent variable here. All right. So this one we call like external. External variable mean there are many more factors. While intervention variable, somehow it just has only one. Okay, or something that come to align with that part to link between independent variable and dependent variable there, right? I think this one have some clear explanation in that part. Okay, here you can see here they have recite and do something here. You can see like okay, several factors affecting the change in the dependent variable. You see, yeah, the several factors affecting the change in here, right?
Teacher, I got it. Thank you so much.
You see here, like this part, we can call it like external variable, that is smoking. Okay, but it just affect on smoking alone is not enough. It might be something that really affect on, can say here, It might be about the age, about the extent of smoking. After they got that, they're not so good, and then they keep or extending smoking, and the duration of their smoking. Some they may start very young and until they got an old age, and then the percentage of cancer or the situation of cancer might be worse in here. The extent of exercise. If they can do more exercise, maybe okay. They start smoking very young, but it's still fine since they keep doing exercise and so on. Okay. Their cancer may not attack them in here. Okay, so this one we call like externus, more factor that affect on the dependent variable in here. Yeah, for this part you can link it. We can say like confounding variable links independent variable and dependent variable. It's a link between that part. So there's something about dependent independent variable that affect on dependent variable. Just how that variable that just link from one to the other one, right? It should connect, but not several factor there. Sometimes it's just one or two. Right? Okay, so
Sure. It seems like the same external variable, the last one, sure.
Yeah, it seems, but it just link, keep linking between the two. We can see, yes, like we also have an example here. You can see, yeah. For example, like the convenient office hour for student, it affect on student seek help from faculty, for example. But in that part, we can say like they can asking for help or not, depend on what student become willing to take risk. Yeah, whether they just want to go and find the help from the faculty or not, depend on their bravo as well. We can say, right? So in that part, office just prepare something convenient for the student to seek for the help. It depends on themselves, the student themselves, whether they are going to take this or not. Yes, you got what I mean?
Yeah, teacher, I got it.
It's a link between the two in here, right? It's a link.
Teacher. It different from the smoking cigarette.
Okay, so yes, everything in detail in a slide here. We can say like you are not clear, you can come back and see a definition here with example, with some part, right? So you this one are the formula for you to write your research report writing there. It might be much better. I hope, right?
I wish, teacher, I wish.
yeah, we can say whenever you forgot something, just come back and see the slide, see the thing, and then it will be the capital for you to write down your thing in your research report. You can say, yeah, learning how to write research report or thesis. It's just beside something that you are starting to do it in here. Should not wait until everything perfect, but starting from where you are and keep learning, keep tracking change along the way, you will see something there inside. All right. Okay, so Mr. Mesa, Mr. Jandet, anything else? Clean. Yeah, link to last week, we have formulating with research hypothesis. This week about variable. Yeah, Mr. Mesa, anything? Come on.
I don't have it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jandet? Jandet seems quiet here. You are listening, right?
Teacher,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Teacher, next week you will present or let the Ken group present?
Second group present, and I will work on chapter 6 as well. Yeah. Yes, like today we can finish it successfully, right?
2 chapter, teacher.
Yeah, 2 chapter. Yeah. Would you like summary thing? Okay, it's fine. Mean to do so that we can finish it on time. It's not so we cannot finish it. Since I just want to, we can say until week 15, we can say you can get something about research report writing as well. So all the chapter here from chapter 1 to chapter 16 or 17, you will be able to write your research report at the end. All right. Yeah. Even one day for 2 chapter, it might be fine.